Hi, I'm Rob with ERIK'S. I know that you've heard all of the rumors. People have been talking about this. They've been speculating a lot of stuff about this bicycle. Finally, I can talk about it and we can show you. The all-new, redesigned, re-engineered, reimagined Specialized Stumpjumper. For over 40 years and 9 variations, Specialized has tried to make the best mountain bike on the market. By using their mountain team, riders, engineers, and athletes, Specialized has spent years honing in on the optimal characteristics of a trail bike, and now they've hit the mark with the new Stumpjumper. So how can Specialized say that they have the best trail bike on the market? First off, all of the carbon fiber models use the same Fact 11M carbon fiber frame, from the Comp Carbon all the way to the S-Works. And the rear triangle is now carbon fiber on all models. The most notable feature is the sidearm frame. Through rigorous computer modeling and analysis, rapid prototyping, lab testing, and real-world riding and refining, Specialized created a frame that optimizes stiffness and weight, which translates to precise handling throughout rough terrain and billy goat climbing. The sidearm design directly connects all 3 mounting points of the rear end and the shock to the frame. This creates a significant increase in stiffness and performance over bumps. To be more exact, frame flex has been minimized when the rear suspension is active. With all of those forces applied to the frame in a more efficient manner, the result is a proven 20% more efficient system. With all of these refinements to the system, at the end of the progress, Specialized realized that they had built one of the lightest trail frames on the market. The suspension of the new Stumpjumper is RX tuned on all models. Each shock has been finely tuned to exactly match the suspension kinematics of the bike and to support the rider throughout the entire travel of the suspension better than any out-of-the-box shock can. All of that being said, the rear shock uses standard metric measurements, so if this rider has a hard preference on rear shocks, they can use whatever aftermarket shock they choose. The rear suspension linkages have also been redesigned in conjunction with the sidearm frame to provide more suspension support to the rider throughout the entire travel of the suspension. By changing the leverage ratio of the suspension, Stumpjumper maintains small bump compliance while improving the support for the mid-travel, providing better control to the rider as they rumble through the fun stuff. This new design also improves ramp up at the bottom of the travel to support those big hits. The new Stumpjumper offers adjustability for every trail and every rider. Specialized has added a flip chip to the rear shock to allow for adjustability for the rider. All Stumpjumpers come with a flip chip in the low position, and it can be flipped to raise the bottom bracket height by 6 millimeters for greater bottom bracket and pedal clearance. All of the suspension bearings are the same size to allow for easier sourcing and replacing of these wear items. All except for the linkage at the bottom bracket, because that linkage has much higher forces applied to it. The new Stumpjumper also features a threaded bottom bracket on all models to allow for crank compatibility and mechanics delight. The new Stumpjumper has ample tire clearance for almost any tire that a rider would choose on their trail bike. All Stumpjumper models can accommodate 6 fatty tires due to the frame design and 148mm boost spacing. The SWAT tube is back bigger and better on the new Stumpjumper. By redesigning and improving the down tube of the Stumpjumper, the engineers were able to increase the capacity of the SWAT down tube by 20% and remove the bezel at the door to increase the access size as well. One of the coolest updates to the Stumpjumper is the new chainstay protector. Chain slap is really annoying and, if left unchecked, can destroy the chainstays. Specialized used their test lab to record what causes all of these chain slap noises. What they saw on the super slow motion playback was that the chain acts in an S-curve motion as the rear travels up and down over bumps. The engineers used this knowledge to design the step chainstay protector to disrupt that sine wave action and significantly remove and almost completely eliminate all chainstay slap. Now let's take a look at the different models of Stumpjumper. There are 3 versions of the new Stumpjumper. You have Stumpjumper ST, Stumpjumper, and Stumpjumper Evo. The ST in Stumpjumper ST stands for short travel. This is the Stumpjumper for the rider who wants a snappy and nimble trail bike. ST is offered in all levels in 27.5 inch or 29 inch. Both of those wheel sizes come with 2.3 inch tires. The 27.5 inch version of Stumpjumper ST has 130mm of rear travel paired with a 130mm suspension fork. The 29 inch Stumpjumper ST has 120mm of rear travel paired with a 130mm suspension fork. Stumpjumper is for the rider who wants a fast and planted trail bike. Stumpjumper also comes in both 27.5-inch and 29-inch models, and the tires increase in width to 2.6 inches. The 27.5-inch Stumpjumper has 150 millimeters of rear travel paired with a 150 millimeter suspension fork, while Stumpjumper 29-inch has 140 millimeters of rear travel paired with a 150 millimeter suspension fork. Stumpjumper Evo is a disruptor bike that takes all of the characteristics of a trail bike and turns it into a gravity-focused ripper. This is accomplished by slacking out the head tube angle all the way to 63.5 to 64 degrees, depending on where the flip chip is installed. Stumpjumper Evo is offered in both 27.5 and 29-inch models and a 2.6-inch tire on both. Stumpjumper Evo 27.5 has 150 millimeters of rear travel paired with a 150 millimeter suspension fork, while Stumpjumper Evo 29-inch has 140 millimeters of rear travel paired with a 150 millimeter suspension fork. So there you have it, the all-new, re-engineered, reimagined Specialized Stumpjumper, the ultimate trail bike.